Hey everyone, and welcome to Never Split the Party. Tonight we are playing Starfinder. It is Season 3, Episode 5, tentatively titled It Was a Firefight, which we will probably change to make Justin's editing process much harder. Speaking of editing, our audio episodes are almost caught up. I think we are one away, so if you wanted to go back over the entirety of our Starfinder, mostly harmful campaign, just check out the audio, and we're everywhere you can find audio podcasts, including Spotify. So just hunt us down. My name is Dustin. I go by the Arbitrary Nerd. I woke up like 4 minutes ago, so I'm quite tired. And I'm going to let my lovely, super energetic, and awake party introduce themselves in the order that they all totally remember from the last time we played Starfinder.
It's me. I'm first. It's me.
Take it
My
away.
name's Justin. I'm playing Seeker. It's an android technomancer who just got shot in the face by a sniper, and it sucks. And Dren could have saved me, or somebody, but he didn't. So, thanks.
And in that time of the intro,
Hey, it's not your turn. My name is Chris. And I play Milla, 3-top. Best Derek mechanic in the planet. However, he also got shot. Not in the face, probably in the shoulder. Hurts a little less. But he also could have been saved by his buddy Dren, or, been a useful one saved instead of the other one that got saved. I'm just kidding.
I'm Michael. I play Zero, and I made a mistake. I am now Rye's best friend.
Oh gosh.
Appropriate. Who's next?
Nikolai.
No, it's
Oh, right, because Pat's weird. Hi, I'm Nikolai, and I play Dren,
Yes.
and he's a Solarian Marikoi, and he totally did everything within his power to save the other people at the table.
Yes. I think that we are last but not least.
oh, the least.
Hi, everybody. My name is Patrick, and I'm playing Rai Shorin, also known as Rai. He's a Lashunta envoy. He's the captain of this crew, and he's the most important, as made evident by his recent rescue by his always best friend, Zero.
Yeah, for those watching on Twitch or YouTube, I also have no idea what's going on with his mustache. We're just ignoring it.
Oh, he has a... Oh, gross. I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out.
Oh, no, I noticed. I thought it was gross.
My laughter just shook my entire
I-
table.
That was your belly. I'm embracing my hipsterdom.
Oh, then you'd be wearing your stupid glasses too.
They're out in the car.
All right.
So Rye needs to, or Pat needs to leave the room really quick, go get them. Rye comes back, hey, I found these on the ground.
Guys, he pulls up from the table. Yeah. All right. I don't have any announcements. Hang out after 10:30 for the after party. We'll be talking shop. I'd like to talk about what we're doing next week because I don't know yet, and I would also like to touch base about probably a couple other things. So hang out for that. That's always around 10:30. Goes until 11. And
Like our upcoming audio-only one-shot sort of thing, or start of something. Who knows?
Yeah, we're doing our first test session of recording. It won't be live broadcast, but I think we are going to try and video record it. So we might put it up on Twitch later, as well as YouTube, depending on how awful it is and if we can convince Patrick to keep his clothes on.
I was just gonna say I was planning on showing up naked, was not told about the video, but now that I'm told about the video, definitely showing up naked.
Hey.
Video might be an optional thing because I also don't know how the setup will look. We haven't done a physical session like that with video cameras that wasn't saved to Justin's trash and deleted immediately. So
Yeah, you probably don't want to see Justin's basement.
Justin has the best filing system I've ever heard of if you work in like City Hall.
Actually, I was there on Saturday. We were picking up a tent and it says, it looks really baller. And I never used the term baller.
Except for now.
Exactly.
That
That's
has
how you
nothing
know
to do
I'm
with his
impressed.
filing system.
You know what, Patrick? You weren't even at my house on Saturday. I'm still
I
mad.
was. You were blackout. You don't remember. I do. I saw that thing. I promise you I wouldn't tell anybody.
Patrick wasn't there, allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right, getting back into the actual reason why we're here. Quick recap from last time, 2 weeks ago. The party has landed on Triaxis. Small pause. Justin, the chat is slightly bleeding into the Roll 20
Yeah,
window.
because for whatever reason it's tiny and I had to scale it to make it big.
Oh,
I thought you were
But-
Dustin ruined it for
it was,
XCOM.
it was Dustin.
My bad. That was me. I did stream XCOM last Tuesday, and I did have the chat up.
Also,
Hey, Justin. Just so you know, now the font's really tiny and I can't read it.
yeah, I know. I'm just gonna hide chat. Goodbye.
No, don't hide chat. Oh, I just poured Coke all over my.
But nobody can read it.
Oh,
We are super professional.
Hey, Justin, I just want to let you know that the chat flashed off and then back on again.
hey Patrick,
did
could
it?
you tell Justin that the chat is really small?
No,
Justin,
Nick, could you
Nick
go in
said that
Nightbot and
chat
fix the
is
chat
really
size?
small.
Thank you,
Should
Nick.
let Dustin know because Dustin's gonna care.
Hey, Dustin.
I can't do that because I'm gonna need a token.
Bye, Shadow.
I don't have the tokens. Not popping up for me.
My headset's doing the thing again.
Doing what?
Oh, and it
Token is,
stopped right when I said that.
125A301
Or terrible at counting.
WXTMV.
Okay, that was to Nick.
That was off the top of my head. I had no idea. I was just saying
You're such a jerk. I
Wouldn't have
will.
been able to hear it anyway.
it.
I will figure out the chat if I have a second. I'm not going to worry about it right now. All right. Recap. They landed on. Thank you.
Now go.
Why do you do that?
Because it helps him editing, you piece of shit.
Yes.
It's Spoop.
Why would you say that?
All right. Recap from 2 weeks ago. We totally got this, guys. They landed on the planet of Triaxis, which is currently under Vest control as part of the deal that has given the Pact worlds over to the Border Space Union, the Eoxian Bone Fleet, and the Veskarium. As for why they're there, they were meeting up with the Vermilion Blur, their Kasathan ally who is ex-BSU and slowly gathering military force to oppose certain members of the Triumvirate. You were looking to mobilize their forces off of Triaxis so you can start having direct engagements against the Triumvirate wherever you decide to. And in that conversation, you did end up deciding to target Triaxis first. You know that Oda Shen, the Veskarian matriarch in charge of relations with the Pact worlds, is present here. And you also learn that they are planning some sort of event to celebrate the 1 year transition of ownership to the Veskarium. More on that was interrupted by a laser blast, or I should say 6 different laser blasts uniformly targeting each of you inside the little diner area you were meeting with the Vermilion Blur. Zero was able to jump out of the way and grab Raishoran with him. And Dren was able to jump out of the way and grab, I'm assuming, his beverage. Seeker, Miller, and the Vermilion Blur were all shot and wounded. And this blast presumably came from an android, one of the Nat line of androids that they had noticed following them earlier. They thought they lost them, but it turns out, I think it was Miller's role to disguise the tech, actually was too low.
Yeah, like I rolled really high because I get a bonus plus 19, but I actually rolled really low. It's just disguised as high. I like
Yeah.
2 on the die or something.
It was a crap die, great bonus. This opponent also has a solid bonus and did not have a crap die. So for once, I hit the perfect storm of I won a check. Nice.
Right.
Did I miss anything in the recap because I went backwards? I forget if something happened worthwhile on the ship or anything like that. I completely forget. I'm assuming no.
No, I don't think
I
so.
rely on you reminding me what happened.
Perfect. If you'll turn your attention over to Roll20, I have
can do that.
done a pseudo map. And when I say pseudo, I took it from, and I think you'll see it up on the top. I don't know if it's going to be on the screen. Neutral Party's Patreon. They have this map as, I believe, a temple map. We're going to be using it as a diner / the front of said diner where the party got shot. I gave the diner an arbitrary name. It was something about like the edge of town or something. But for whatever reason,
I thought it was like the Green Cafe.
you know what? That does sound right too.
It was green
Oh, the
something.
green delicatessen. It's right here. I did write it down.
Oh, Pat.
Wow. Yeah. Hey.
Holy crap! Thank you.
That's not
That was-
that's not an edit thing, Justin. Future Justin, that clap was not edit.
Yeah, he
That was
edits
me. That
the
was
one
Dustin.
time I remember something. He edits it out.
Oh yeah, edit this out.
Yes, I will.
No. Oh.
All right. So, God, what was I gonna say? That was funny. That's the best part is because last time we played Starfinder, you also basically gave up midstream. We're like, I can't remember anything or play. So you are obviously doing just fine. All right. So yeah, this is the setup for the diner. I'm saying that the windows you were shot through are to the south of this map, the curved out space. And then there's an opening plaza where the delicatessen is located. And supposedly they came from the southern edge of the map. As this exact second, you guys haven't seen anything. You are still recovering. In fact, I was going to have you guys all roll for initiative, and my friends that got shot were going to miss a round, I believe was the idea.
Cool.
So everyone want to roll initiative for me.
Why can't I roll well tonight?
That's the first roll.
I'm gonna assume I go.
I mean, this arc here.
Oh, okay.
All right, I got my number. Michael, you were saying something?
I go first.
Oh,
I have a 32.
yep, you beat me. So we've got 0. What else do I have for initiative rolls, folks?
Right, got a 20.
Rye got a 20. Okay.
Taylor got a 9.
I always forget what my initiative is.
I got
Oh,
an
why?
8.
I got
My
21.
understanding is you have no initiative.
I also have that understanding.
In real life, yes.
Seeker, what'd you roll?
21.
21? Oh, god damn it.
Oh, fuck you.
Ha!
Language.
All right, so I've got to
You
do
go
this over again. I've got to go 0, the other stuff that's going on, maybe. Then we've got Seeker. We've got Rye. Dren, you rolled a 9 to beat Miller's 8.
No, I rolled an 8.
Oh,
Oh,
vice versa? Okay, so that is going to be Miller, and then Dren's coming up last.
Yep.
And as you are, as like kind of like the slowed time of what just goes on starts to kind of resume to normal, and you're getting over like the ringing of shattered glass and the scorched smell of laser fire. If you look over, Miller and let's see, it's Miller and Seeker are slowly getting up. They're much more phased than the other members of the party. The Kasathan you were sitting with, the Vermilion Blur, is actually slumped over the table, blood pouring out from its chest area, and seems to be, at least for now, unconscious. First up, 0.
For the Vermilion Blur, can we tell he's alive, just really wounded?
Not without touching his vitals.
All right. So 0, the first thing he does, he actually goes over to him and moves him to a safe place.
Okay. While you're moving him, if you want to do a whatever the medicine check is in Starfinder, you're good to do so.
It's medicine.
Nice, nailed it. And as you're kind of checking him and looking for like quickly around for a place to drag him to, you see that there's a storeroom off to the other side of the table, which on the map is due west.
All right. Can you do medicine checks untrained?
Can what?
I'm going to allow an untrained medicine check. You basically just need to roll a 10 or higher.
It does say trained.
It's trained only. I can do the medicine check.
Okay. Well, the problem is that the body's going to be relocated. So you will not be doing any medicine check unless 0 does it now or doesn't move the body.
Or right.
0. Delay your turn until I do the medicine check.
That would be a whole round,
No, it wouldn't. What do
right?
you mean a full round?
Is only the people get shot, or is Rye delayed too because he failed the check?
Rye is not delayed. Rye is actually good because you pulled him out of there. The issue is that they're literally shot by a high-powered sniper rifle. The three of you are
Okay.
not.
Never mind.
Dren-
I will delay.
Okay. All right. So delay. That will forever rearrange your initiative. Thanks for having me write this all out, you bastards. 0, Miller, and Dren. So first up, y'all get shot again. For the folks who are kind of delaying their action to figure out, I'm going to say that you are all still prone. You guys jumped out of the way and hit the floor. I believe that gives you a bonus to ranged attacks,
Yes.
which is good because we're going to do a repeat of what happened last night, and there's a bunch of laser blasts coming at you. You will be using standard. I have to roll to hit this time. I'm not using GM Fiat, but let me find my.
Did I land under a table, or do I have half cover, quarter cover,
So
or anything
while
like that?
prone, we get +4 bonus to our AC against ranged.
Right, and then also if you have cover, that gets added to it as well.
Yeah,
Or they-
I'll say you guys get half cover because you're
don't.
kind of like under the lip of the window now. You don't know exactly where you're getting shot from per se, but you have a little bit of a better vantage point. And I'm going to give the same to the other guys due to tables being in the way that are kind of still at the table who didn't get a chance to dive down. The folks at the table, you'll get the half cover. You will not get the prone cover. Just a heads up. So Miller, the Kasathan, and Seeker, you do not have half cover. I'm sorry. You do not have the prone AC bonus. You do have the half cover AC bonus.
All
What
right.
is the AC bonus for
So
half cover?
if partial cover, if more than half of you is visible, your bonus from cover are reduced to +2 to AC and +1 to reflex rolls. Then there's soft cover and low obstacles. Low obstacles is a wall half your height provides cover. Don't understand the difference there.
I think it's a matter of if you're taking shelter against it or not, maybe.
Yeah, but only to creatures within 30 feet.
Which this person is not.
Right. So if you're going with partial cover, it's a +2, and then add your prone bonus, so +6 if you're covered and prone.
Perfect. All right, I'm rolling. I have a whole bunch of dice. I'm just going to do them in the order of like where they land versus the map, and I'm going to match them up to your AC. So listen to your number. All right. God,
Is this kinetic or energy? Because it matters.
energy.
Right.
The first one, I rolled a 2, which is going to, I think even with the bonus to hit, miss. It's a very big bonus to hit. Even with a 2, I roll a 21.
You said that's against who?
This is going to be against the Vermilion Blur. He's actually first up. That's probably, so he's got a little bit of cover, but he's also not moving, so he's losing his dex bonus. I'm actually going to say that hits the Vermilion Blur again, and I'm going to roll damage. And that's 3d4 plus, oh no, sorry, this is 2d6 plus 9, right? That's what you guys took? So / roll 2d6, and we're going to add 9 to that, meaning the Vermilion Blur has taken another 18 points of damage. I don't think I rolled damage for him last time, so I'm going to add another 14 to that, meaning he has sustained 32 points of HP damage. Which again, I'm bypassing stamina because he's completely unconscious. He's not, dodging, weaving, or trying to avoid it. He just literally took another shot. He slumped over, and then he gets shot in the other shoulder, so he just slumps further back. Now he's sprayed backwards across the bench. His forearms kind of akimbo. And the next shot was a nat 20 versus Miller.
That's a miss.
Yee. Michael, I think you've been right on how the criticals work. You want to remind me?
So you basically roll the damage, all damage a second time.
All right. Versus Miller, this is the
Applying
first roll.
all.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, from the way it reads, it doubles my my trick attack too.
Hey Miller, how much HP do you have right now?
Hit points or stam?
Well, we're working. This will be stamina actually, because you are conscious now. So, or you are aware of it, I should say. What was that?
I have the answer.
What's the answer?
42.
Are you kidding me, Dustin?
I was teasing. I'm literally. I thought I was going to be the only person who knew that. I'm sorry, Patrick. I actually didn't realize somebody else was going to have Chris's
Hey,
back there.
Me too.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have said shit, and you know it.
I just said 42 at the same time as Patrick. So
Well, you took slightly less than the answer of damage. You took 34 points of damage.
The
And this is
answer of
stamina.
damage.
You said 32, you said?
32 points. Also, his weapon does have a critical effect. I believe it is just burn. Nope, that's his other weapon that has burn. This has no critical effect. It is fire damage if that helps you at all.
Nope.
Or it's considered fire energy. All right, so that was the second die. My third die is going towards Rye. That is a 10 on the die, which makes that a 29 to hit.
29 to hit plus my no,
Doesn't hit?
does not hit.
Perfect, yeah. So because Zero
That's just
pulled
because
you
all
out
of
of the
them,
way, and you're prone, and you're covered by the building, the shot does blast over your head. One of the other
guys see me cover?
patrons at the delicatessen behind you, however, is ripped directly in half by the laser energy and left deceased on the floor.
Poor guy.
That's not good. You think he's okay?
Man, I could have saved that one too.
All right, my next die is going to Seeker. That is another 10 on the die for a total of 29.
and I get partial cover, right? How
You
much
are
is that?
you're getting low cover, so +2 to your AC.
Let's do still taking a hit.
Okay, not critical, so it's not anywhere near as bad as what happened to Miller. You're taking 15 points of damage to your stamina.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Next up, the die order, I am so sorry, 0 is an 18, which plus 19, I'm going to assume hits your AC.
You got to be at 34.
I think
Yes,
that does.
yeah.
That's almost 40.
Well,
All right. So for damage, you are going to take a total of 17 points of damage. And Dren, I rolled a 3 plus 19, gets me up to 22 against your EAC specifically.
Nope.
All right. That one misses as well, as you basically cover down and say, man, I'm really glad I didn't get hit by that, as Miller's been rocketed by a second blast. The Kasathan is spraying, I'm assuming, green ichor everywhere. And Seeker is annoyed as he has a hole burned in his costume, because you guys were in disguise as you were walking through the surface of Triox. Other than the laser blasts, there is nothing else. However, could I have everyone roll perception?
I can do that.
33.
22.
For everyone who's rolling over 20, that's good.
15.
Yeah.
21.
21.
So just me.
Yeah, just you. I'm gonna say that's enough. I think everyone can call it out to you. It wasn't the people who are kind of slow. Approaching from down the field, it's a decent distance away. You guys can go ahead and do it. I'm gonna say they get to here, so you see them approaching here. Oh, I need to make them in the right layer. Sorry. You see that there are 6 identical-looking assailants stalking down the plaza. Large sniper rifles kind of on their shoulder, aimed down towards where you are, and they approach almost completely in unison, as in like they're marching together, shoulder to shoulder, and their steps are in time. And their laser blasts were also in time, as all those blasts did happen simultaneously. There was no delay. 6 more energy blasts shot into there and did their stuff at the same exact time. That's where they end their march when it comes to Seeker's turn. Seeker, you are still stunned from the first shot, so you are able to, I'm going to say, stand up, so you're no longer prone or anything, and that's going to go to Rye. You are now active coming the next round of combat. Rye, you're up.
All right. So first thing I'd like to do is try to get him out of danger. I am drawing on the map. I apologize.
All right.
I didn't mean to do that. All right. So first thing I'd like to do is try to drag him out of danger. You said that the
Yep, there's a
cover was over there.
storeroom off to the west side of the building. The door to the back there, I don't know if you can see it very well, is in fact open.
Okay. I will do that. I'm assuming that is a athletics check.
No,
Or is it-
you can drag him fine. He's not that heavy. He wasn't in
Fantastic.
his full armor or anything like that. Again, he's trying to go low key, so he's just got it like a face cover, traditional Kathasan
20.
head garb.
25,
Doing
30.
the counting thing.
Huh?
Just doing the counting thing again. Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to make sure I don't move more than my speed, which I think is 30. I don't remember. What's the standard movement? 30?
30.
It's 30, and you shouldn't have moved that. I'll say you're able to drag him into the door, basically, and toss him in. And as you're doing that, you are able to get a medicine check off on him if you would like.
Yep, I would like.
I also don't know exactly what the DC threshold is for
I
kissing.
rolled a 22 to kiss it better.
You don't quite kiss it better, but you are able to see the source of the wound, where the blood is pouring out. You see first that he is still living. Like as you grabbed him, you noticed that there was a pulse, and as you dragged him along, you were kind of identifying where the wounds were. Like really quickly, you pack them with like some really remedial like bandage gel, and you just let him go because you know that this is not like you are far from over, and you are still in the line of fire. Because for some god-awful reason, this green delicatessen has a southern wall made completely of windows. Barring the storeroom you've just tucked him in, he's probably the safest one out of all of you right now.
So, yeah, so the DC 15, so that's basically just a first aid check, stop the bleeding.
Yeah, you've stopped the bleeding.
Okay, just making sure I'm reading this right. Cool. I did a thing, guys. I helped.
And that's going to be your turn because you did also have to kind of get up to do all that, like as you're kind
Someone
of walking
please
low
cover
and
me.
dragging him, which means 0. You're up. You are able. So the bush on the map right there is like a potted plant. I'm going to say that gives you half cover. It gives you half
Like,
cover.
I'll take it.
Light cover, thank you. Yeah, those bushes will give you light cover if you kind of hunker behind them. I mean, if they get shot, they'll probably not do too well, but at least it gives you something to obscure your vision a little bit with. So that'll be why it gives you a bonus to AC.
Yeah, it's not going to stop the bullet, and they know that you're there, but they don't know if you're over on this part of the bush or.
All right. So I'm going to just kind of move a little bit further away from the rest of the party, and I'm going to like kick over a table and create some cover, or theoretically better cover.
Yeah, I'll allow you to get full cover if you're able to upturn a table, and we'll say that that's fine.
Athletics or just
No. It's not. They're not bolted in or anything. There's no reason to make you guys fight for it. I'm trying to say that this gives you F for full cover, not to pay your respects. All right.
Well, I mean, keep it up with me or Vermilion Blur. Then we'd have to pay respects.
Maybe. Were you doing anything else other than that, 0?
let's see how far away they are. I don't know if that's actually reaching full distance.
It looks like
Oh,
they're.
yeah. Are they actually there on the map?
I'm gonna say that they rushed to get a little bit closer, so that is where they are on the map
Okay.
Right.
as of their end of their last turn.
I think I'm gonna take a shot with my. Well, actually, I had my pistol out. Never mind. I'm just gonna hide and cover till they get closer.
Okay, sounds good.
So I suppose I'll ready in action to take a shot if they enter pistol range.
Okay, what's your? I don't care. If I do, let me know. All right. After 0 is Miller. Miller, you are able to regain your feet. You are able to hunker down a little bit behind the table, so you still retain half cover, or low cover rather. And that's it. You'll be active next round of combat. Dren, you're up and you're good to go. What's going on?
All right. So right in front of me, like toward the south on the map, this is like an open double door here, or
I'll say that it has probably been eradicated by the laser blast. So yes, for now, the door has been blasted straight off its hinges.
okay.
There is glass kind of shattered throughout, but I don't think any of you are actually barefoot.
And then the walls to either side, so the curved walls. What are those structures? Is there like just like windows alongside those walls, or?
Basically the entire southern wall of the delicatessen is glass window. You can duck behind some things. So you basically, if you get up against a wall on the map, you'll have low
Partial
cover.
cover. Okay.
Yeah, low cover. It's like 17 games with systems of cover, and I can never remember which is which, but this I believe uses low cover.
All right.
No,
Seeing
use partial cover.
Oh, this is the one that uses
Yes.
partial? Damn it.
Seeing that 0 threw up the table on that side for cover, I'm going to run over by Seeker
Okay.
and get in between the wall to the right and Seeker, and then toss up this table as cover.
Perfect. You are giving you and Seeker full cover. I'm going to actually go ahead and say that's enough that Miller, as long as you're not jumping up and down, you're actually obscured now. They can't see you behind that.
Okay.
I'm giving you that mostly because of your Yosoki status and kind of the layout of the building, but specifically Janet and Seeker, you guys are taking full cover, which is to say you're using it as cover, but you're also peeking over the edge and preparing for combat. You're not just hiding or anything. All right. And is that going to be your round? I don't think you have anything that shoots that far, right?
No, nothing that'd be worth it.
Okay. All right. Then we are at the top of the order, which...
What are you attuning? Because I guess it matters.
Oh, so I'll probably be attuning to graviton mode for at least right now.
So we're not
until
blowing
the
up.
situation develops.
Okay. All right, so it's going to be the bad guy's turn. They continue to act in unison. So when they move all at the same time. All of their body actions seem to be moving simultaneously, even though now they are going to spread apart and go in different directions. But you notice even when they're walking or moving, their motions do seem to be in line. Give me a hot second while they start moving. One starts to break out left. Enjoy me not trying to count, and then it's going to get me lost. So, and that's going to be, we'll say it goes there. I'm just going to spread them out really quickly. If you guys want to talk over this, like as you're talking, maybe as the party hunkering down, it'll give me a second to rearrange these guys.
I don't want to.
Cool.
What don't you want to do, Rye?
Dren, what's going on? I just got shot twice.
You should have ducked.
I don't even have a response to that. Like I didn't even know it was happening.
I'm pretty sure one of the bullets went through the red guy and hit me, and then I got another one. I
can confirm.
I can't. I don't feel good. I don't actually feel much, actually. Not up to the incident.
All right.
That's all we hear from Zero.
Stay with us,
all
Miller.
Right,
stay with us.
Well, no, I was gonna say this guy came into range.
All right, so this is what the final layout is. You had the lefternmost one is breaking left to flank. 3 of them march dead ahead. One of them is running around the water structure that is out in the plaza area. So he's running up and around, and he sprinted. He full on kind of moved faster than the other ones, while all the other 5 have readied their laser rifles. This one is moving towards the left or western side of the building. And one did try to flankish a little bit, going east or to the right. And that's going to be 5 different laser blasts. Oh, you know what? One of you guys is also hidden, right? Miller's hidden. So there are only going to be 4 blasts. Another one moves up a little bit further.
Question before you continue. On the map at the southern end of the room that I'm bordering.
Yep, no windows.
Door? No windows.
I will go ahead and say, for the sake of
This right here, this spot.
Yeah, I see it. That's I think it's supposed to be. I don't even know if that is supposed to be on the video because it's all over the place.
I mean, it doesn't look like a door because there's a table on the other side of it. But
yeah, I'm gonna say not a door. There's no other. This is a storeroom. This is just where they store stuff for the delicatessen.
Cool.
The kitchen's in the back. I'm gonna say the preacher stand because this is a temple. I'm gonna say that is the kitchen area. So you're good. There's nothing in there if you wanted to even retreat down there. Okay. The ones that are taking shots are the 4 that are off towards the right side of the screen. And I'm going to be rolling one
right here did move in range.
Oh, go ahead and take your shot first.
29.
29 should hit. Is that EAC or KAC?
KAC.
I believe that's still going to hit either way. Yeah, you definitely hit.
And that will be, should be this one. 14 damage.
Sure. As your laser blast, right? We said KAC. No, KAC would be a bullet. As your bullet kind of comes over the table, you take aim. You take a quick pistol shot. The bullet passes through what would be the android's cranial structure, but instead of the viscera you've come to enjoy in the past, or the viscera Seeker has come to enjoy in the past, anyways. it appears to almost pass through a holographic substance where it fades a little bit, it blinks, it shudders, and then it shuts down. And as the image fades, the visage of this, no, that's not right, whatever, the image of this android disappears, and it's replaced by a fully robotic structure that looks like almost like a stick drawing. It is a metal structure that holds the rifle and can move, like it has legs and arms, but it's bare mechanical structures with some technology and photoreceptors all over it to give it the holographic image of the android. You have hit one of the actual metal pieces. Again, it's a very thin, creepy looking robot, full mechanical robot, and it shuts off and falls to the ground in a smoking heap.
It almost sounds
Like a gun with legs from Borderlands.
No, I was gonna make a reference to a movie that just released, but I don't. Spoilers to do so. Spider-Man.
Oh, I wasn't going for the full Spider-Man reference, but sure, yes. Why not?
Don't show us, Marvel.
Are there guns with legs? Oh, it's a little bit taller than a gun with legs, but close enough. It does have movable arms, but they are just attached to the gun at this time. So I like it. That's creepy.
It kind of reminds me of the monsters or the enemies from Final Fantasy VII and Midgar.
I don't remember those enemies. I don't know if I got that.
I totally completed that game. Yeah.
Well, I think I got through.
It's only within like the first 2 hours of the game.
I was gonna say I think I got through Midgar at least, but I don't remember what you're talking about.
They're like the big old like bulky tank things, and then it's got the guns.
Yeah,
these
I get where
these are creepy skinny. The idea is that they are spindly, and it's almost creepier for that. But you do connect. The other four still launch their laser blast at you. And in order, again, I'm just gonna do it in order. So Rye is the furthest left, and the furthest left die is an 8. So plus 19 makes that a 27. And you right now have partial cover. So due to your AC.
What's full cover get you?
Plus 4.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, you rolled a what against what?
I thought that's what partial cover was giving us last time.
No, being prone gave you plus 4. 27.
27. Just nicks me.
Against your KAC specifically. Sorry. EAC specifically. It's an energy.
Against my EAC?
Yep.
Just nicks me plus 1.
Okay. All right. You take 16 points.
Oh, wait. You said 27 against my EAC? If we tie?
It goes to him.
It goes to you? Just nicks me.
Okay, cool. You take 16 points of fire damage to your stamina.
How much? I'm sorry,
16.
16, thank you.
Dren, you are next up in the order of things, and this is an 18 on the die, plus 19 is a whole lot. I'm assuming it hits.
Full cover?
Plus 4, yeah, I guess. It's 37 against your EAC.
Yep.
Cool. You are going to take 20 points of damage to your stamina.
That's a lot of damage.
So it comes really close to hitting you. You duck down and breathe heavy because I guess that's how stamina damage works, but that's fine. All right, that was the second die. My third die is showing a 3, which is going to be a total of 22 versus Seeker. Seeker, you do have full cover.
Not going to hit.
All right, that impacts the table completely. It does blow that area of the table where you are to smithereens. You no longer have cover where you are standing. And I will do a quick red line to signify, I guess I'm going to do a box. That area of the table has been completely obliterated. And the last die I rolled was a goddamn natural 1. Let's see. I'm going to re-roll the hit to see if the blast, he stumbles over a rock and hits the person off to his immediate left. If I can beat his EAC. 12 plus 19 does. All right, so didn't mean to do that. The android image, at least that is furthest back, takes a shot, but as it takes a shot, it actually clips a rock with one of its feet, stumbles, and the sniper rifle blast hits the closest android to it in the back of the head. It was also one of the spindly looking hollow projectors, and it is destroyed. You are 2 enemies down, and you've barely done anything.
Does it scream boom headshot?
It does no such thing. all 3 remaining androids start cursing, although you're a little far away to hear exactly what it's saying, but you see their mouths moving in unison. Alrighty then. We are back to Seeker. You are up.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is toss an explosive blast straight at them so that I can hit the 3 that are kind of clumped together.
Well, there's only 2 left there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I can also hit the other one with an explosive blast too. The one that's kind of further away, if I can find the map. There it is. So if I target like an intersection like right here, I should be able to get all of these,
Cool.
3 of them.
Go for it.
So I do that. It's a reflex save, and this is a level 3
Reflex
spell.
for half.
Yeah, reflex for half.
If they take any damage to the die, are these minion rules?
Not exactly. I'm doing direct damage for minion rules. This would be indirect damage. So if they are hollow projectors, it'll damage their frames, but it will not destroy them. But you'll be able to tell which ones are hollow projectors or not, if that's what it comes to.
So it's like I think it's a 21 DC.
Okay. 21. I'm going to roll 3 dice, and I'll just do them the same way I've been doing it. Whatever's leftmost. Oh my goodness! I rolled a 4, 4, and a 2. Let me see what their reflex bonus is. Reflex is +11, which means none of them take it. So what happens is they take how much damage?
They take where is it? There it is. 96 damage.
9d6.
Yes.
Okay, and then cut that in half.
96, 9d6.
I was confused.
25.
They take insta death.
Yeah,
all right.
that's what I heard. I was
So
like,
wait,
what?
all of them saved?
None of them saved.
Oh,
They
none of
all
them
rolled
saved.
4, 4, 2 plus 11. That's
Okay,
not
so
great.
they all take 25 damage then.
Oh, right. For some reason, I was doing half damage. All right, 25 points of damage.
Fire damage if it matters.
Not particularly. The blast does obviously rocket them all. They all kind of stumble and walk weird. And as you see them walking weirdly, the holographic images on all 3 of them fades away. These are 3 spindly gun platforms, and their camera is no longer working. The only remaining android is all the way off to the left. Again, whether or not that's the real one, you are not certain. I'm going to do some... here, I'll use like a little wrench icon to identify that these ones are hollow projectors and no longer look like NAT android assassins. And they are also sparking, short-circuiting. They've taken well over half of their damage in terms of indirect damage. And that goes to... actually, you're going to move or anything?
I still have a movement.
Yeah,
so
you're
what
not
I'm
in
going
cover,
to do...
So you do want to do that.
Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flash teleport. I'm going to use a resolve point and flash teleport. Is there anywhere around that they couldn't see me through? Like, is there like a table or something that would obscure vision? I know that Zero has his cover over there. If I were to teleport over there, would I be basically...
I believe hunkering
unseeable?
down requires an action, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't believe you'd be able to do it that way. If you look backwards over to where Rai is, there is a room that has no windows. So you could kind of teleport. I think you'd be able to see like just past or, on top of the Vermilion Blur. And I'd let you move there.
I don't really want to be out of the fight. I just want to try to get to a point where they can't see
Why?
me.
I do.
Well, you'd be able to move back into the room
That's
when your
true.
combat round comes
Yeah,
out.
let's do that. I'll teleport into the room with the Vermilion Blur.
All right, I'm going to say you basically land on top of him.
Is that,
but-
wait, hold on, is that within 30 feet? Is that within 30 feet?
Yeah.
5, 15.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's
Awesome.
exactly 30
Perfect.
feet. All right, so you are able to get into the room, and you are no longer. What did I just delete? I deleted half the circle. Okay, you're no longer in line of sight of probably all of them. I don't think any of them can see you at that point. Rai's definitely more of a target there. So after Seeker is Rai Shorin, the Shunta extraordinaire.
What are the Chris? What's the penalty for shooting beyond your range?
It's -2 per range increment. So what is your range increment?
30.
Probably 60.
30.
30.
Yeah,
All right. So it's -2 for every 30 beyond.
Oh, okay. So I am going to sheepishly make. All right, is this a window over here?
Yep.
Same with over here.
All the southern wall in that main area is window.
It's almost like he said that before.
Aren't you
Twice.
an elite pistol?
Huh?
Aren't you using the elite semi-auto pistol?
That is accurate.
That's 60 feet.
Is it 60?
Yeah, only the standard.
You're right. I'm sorry. I misread. All right, then it doesn't matter. I'm gonna haul ass 30 feet to this cover if I'm allowed to hunker down.
Well, you get the benefit of cover. Hunkering down, I don't know the exact.
I don't
terminology
mean
for
the
it.
actual hunker down. I meant
Okay.
like.
Yeah, you're fine. You still get the cover from that wall. Yep.
All right, and
Partial
I'm
cover,
going to attempt to shoot. I don't have the highlight tool, but this guy over here in the southwest, the one who was trying to kind of flank around, that's the one. So I am going to hope for the best here. Roll a 20 plus my attack bonus, which is a 10. For pew pew, I rolled a 21.
And you just miss. Your blast comes crazy close, but it manages to move its head far enough away that the laser blast goes over its shoulder.
All right. Is there
EAC, right?
No.
So it's a bullet?
It's a bullet.
Okay, so you were even further away. It moves its head another inch more than I thought.
Oh, okay. Well, and that's not.
That's
Man, I
not.
want to do something.
I mean, you did pull the Kasathan away. You stabilized him, and now you've run, slid into cover, and took a pot shot.
What about if I use a resolve point?
I
Or whatever they're called.
don't. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what other subsystems we added on because you guys have never once tried to take advantage of them. I don't recall if we had any static bonuses to hit with resolve points. How many resolve points do you have?
I have 8.
8. Let's see. Do I want you guys to be able to spend a point per point to increase your die? How fast do you get resolve points back, I guess, is my bigger concern.
We after like a 10-minute break.
Oh, hell's nah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I would let you spend a number to increase it +1, but I don't think you have enough to increase it +2, which is what you would need to hit. So I'd say.
Oh, sorry. That's to refresh your stamina.
Yeah, I thought so. No, resolve is.
I think it's a full rest, like a full 8 hours sleep.
I believe so too. I'm looking it up. But...
All right, I will let you then, because I do like the idea of being able to
If I
accelerate
can spend
combat.
2 in order to hit him, I'll spend the 2.
Spend 4 and you can hit him.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, so it's going to be, I will have that static ongoing until I feel it doesn't work anymore. But for now, you guys are able to spend 2 resolve points to increase your shots by 1.
Sweet, I do 3d6 plus 4.
I will stop telling you how close you are now with your shots, you assholes.
No. I was going to say I'll spend 2. Will that be enough? And you could have said no, and I'd increase. You wouldn't have to tell me.
Yeah.
The question is, will you allow it to say, okay, well, if I spend 2 more?
I shan't be saying that in the future, no. I will allow you guys to throw points at it, but I will not be giving you any bonuses. This will be right.
I actually rolled 3d4. Ignore that roll.
What's the actual roll?
The actual roll is 14 after I add my plus 4.
14.
I'm sorry. Yeah, plus 4. Yep.
14 points of damage, and this does actually stick as you have finally hit the actual android in question. And now I got to find their HP because I don't know where it was. Oh, there it is. Oh, woof.
Piercing damage.
And that was 14 points, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Is there anything I know about this particular android?
You haven't gotten close enough to see. I mean, androids look close enough. The clothing is not something that's static. So I'm just gonna say you don't know yet, but if you get closer, possibly.
Also, what does Nate shout as I shoot? Because now he's.
Oh, he's attached to the elite pistol.
Does he still shoot? Does he still say stuff?
He's not controlled by the trigger. He's got autonomy on what he says.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. As you shoot, he just yells out, Eat hot lead, brother. He's trying to do a gruff voice. He's apparently picking up
Hogan?
some of the mimicry from Rye.
Okay.
And then as the bullet connects, it kind of recoils a little bit, audibly, and says, "Ooh, gee, oh god, we hit him. Oh man, I didn't expect that."
But he's not dead.
No, he is not dead, and he did not suddenly lose all substance and become one of the spindly gun platforms. So you have hit the correct one. I did try to having him flank often, so you guys wouldn't shoot for him, and obviously that didn't work. So there you go, or flank early, I should say. After Rye, it is 0.
All right. The 3 on the right, do they have cover against us? Like, are any of these bushes or trees actual bushes and trees?
They are bushes and trees, but in terms of the actual ones that was cover, the only one that had cover from you, like the closest one that had cover, was killed by its buddy because it was actually behind the bush. So there's 2 that are due south of you that are out of cover, and the one that is further away, I'm going to say gets partial cover. It's mostly an obstructed shot a little bit. It's not full, but it'll get a +2 to its AC, the furthest one away from you.
So I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to do a full attack against all 3 of them.
Nice.
I don't know how that works, so I'm going to assume your class can do that. Enjoy.
Yeah, I have triple attack. So anyways, I can only do it with operative weapons and the small arm, and I do it with the standard -4 to all the attacks.
Okay.
So
Then Zero says it's high noon.
So was that 27, 23, and then a 14.
And these are KAC?
Yes.
You needed to beat a 23, so you beat 23 twice, and I'm going to say we're doing it in the order from left to right. So the first 2 that are closest to you, and then the 2 that are kind of due south, you were able to take them out, and the bullets pass through, hit some sort of metal structure on their platform, and they start short-circuiting and are expired. The farthest one away from you, however, does manage to duck and dodge a little bit and does not take the damage. That was your full attack. So yeah, basically you're gonna stand up over your full cover, pull the pistol 3 times, and then kind of crouch back down. 2 more smoking remains left behind your wake, and Miller, you're finally up. Hand up.
Right. Miller just kind of looks himself over and says, I gotta take these guys out. On his his one good eye kind of like blinks on a little bit as he looks up at the one that Rye shot, and he targets him down, and takes a big old shot with his big old cannon.
Yeah, because you got the excessively loud weapon, right?
The Red Star plasma cannon, and it is as beautiful as it is large. So this is a targeted ranged attack for 23.
Against
EAC.
EAC, that's gonna hit.
All right. It explodes 5 feet around him too, if that means anything. But it looks
this
cool.
time it does not, but it looks very cool.
For 16.
I like it.
16 points of damage.
Yep.
All right.
And as a free action or a swift action, drop prone.
Perfect. Okay. Seems more annoyed than necessarily damaged, but you did make a solid connect there. Staggers back a little bit, and then it's Dren's turn.
Okay. Sweet. So Dren is going to jump. Wow. I try to help the team and it's cowering. Okay. Jeez. No wonder I didn't help you guys.
You could have taken a shot last time.
He flipped a table for me.
For 4 damage?
I mean, considering random bullet shots are killing them instantly.
He didn't know that. He's working off it. I think you guys are all being real quiet. He did what he did, and he also did some good there. He stopped Seeker from taking another shot. Dren, you did just fine.
And I'm about to be even more helpful. So, can it, Mike? Jeez.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure Zero would have called you a coward at that point. Go run up and fight.
You see how much damage these dudes are doing?
No. My stamina is fine.
Fair. So Dren is going to jump over the table that he was using as cover, run past Rye.
Give me an acrobatics check to see if you do that. You jump over the table.
Well, let's see.
I want a 1.
He's concussed.
I'll tell you that roll wasn't fantastic, but
What's the total?
I mean, with your bonus.
12.
12's enough. I only needed a 10. I'm gonna say that it wasn't something that you had major difficulty. I just wanted you to roll a 1.
Yeah. Well, you were close. Nobody do give me disadvantage or reroll or nothing like.
No,
Okay.
no, you're fine.
So Dren vaults over the table, and then he runs out past Rye through, like, this is all obliterated now, right? Or is this?
Yeah, that's basically right where you guys were, so you can hop over
I
that
shot
one.
through it, so I'd be hella surprised.
Yeah, you're good.
So I'm going to straight up rush the android. On my way out of the building, I go, focus all your fire on this guy over here. And then I stop right after, like, I don't know what you're going to call this, like, pavement area, but like the
Patio?
Yeah, we'll call it the patio.
So, and then I do this thing where I, like, pull back my sleeve on one arm, and then I just make a motion like I start crushing the ground, but, like, you know, in the air. I'm not actually going, like, down to the ground. And I'm going to use my Stellar Revelation Crush on this android.
All right, do your worst.
So you're kind of doing the Yamcha pose where he does the what is it, the spirit ball?
When he throws down the spirit ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has to make a fortitude save, and he has to beat a 20.
Ooh, that's not great. He's got a +8. I'll roll this in so you guys can see it. Slash roll slash. What am I doing here? No, roll D. I'm forgetting how to do anything. I should have just rolled this physically. D20 +8. There we go.
Nice.
Hey, I beat it.
No, okay.
What does that do? What does beating it do?
It
Nothing.
does nothing.
It does nothing.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Not fantastic.
So I'm gonna say you gear up. You're like, watch this, and you slam it down, and like there's a wave of energy that the android just kind of steps to the side. It like cracks into the ground where he was standing. He kind of looks around and steps right back onto it, and kind of shrugs as you stand there now out in the open.
Yep. I thought I had it in the bag, but
I mean, it did look cool, but now it's their turn, and I have
now
to say,
I'm dead.
the strategic thing from any of you would have been to keep shooting the weapons platforms instead of the actual android. I understand focusing down, but
Well, so my intention here was I could have used a resolve point to stun him for a round, and then he would have been staggered until I wanted to stop it, and unfortunately he saved.
all right. So what happens is you moving in unison, still creepy unison, despite the visual image being removed from the weapons platform. The weapons platform moves up to a bigger bush to get some cover. I'm going to give him partial cover, and he's going to take a shot at, in this instance, Dren is the one threatening the prime unit. So they're both going to be targeting Dren. Both these dice will be at. The prime unit moves backwards a bit, still cautious, doesn't want to lose track of its quarry, so doesn't maybe move back far enough, potentially. Gets behind a rock that I'm going to say gets it full cover because he kind of quickly lands. Oh, actually, 0 for trick attacks. Can those be done with a sniper rifle, or do those require operative weapons?
If you want to do it with a sniper rifle, you had to have taken a thing that allows you to do it, a operative's exploit.
Let me take a quick look. What would that be called? I have debilitating trick, evasion, operative exploits, bleeding shot, master of disguise. Oh, looks like I don't have it.
Debilitating sniper.
I don't have debilitating sniper. I have debilitating trick, it looks like. Let's see.
So you got to use either a small arm or a operative melee weapon.
I do have an operative melee weapon. but that would expose me too much. Although that could really mess Dren up. That's actually quite a gruesome weapon. I'm actually going to say, as he kind of moves over, he'll just kind of drop his rifle, which is slung over his, has like a shoulder strap, so it falls to his waist, and he pulls out his pistol, which he aims over the rock, and he's going to go for a trick attack, as you do not know where the blast is coming from.
Assuming he has the same thing as me, if
He doesn't, but I'm going to use it for the sake of ease. What do I have to roll?
So D20 plus, assuming you're going to use the same as me, I think it's 24.
What do you know what that's derived from? Is there like
He's
a
the
stat?
same level as me.
No. What level are you?
What am we, 8?
We're 8.
Oh, if you are 8, then he is the same level, actually. Yes.
Then he can take a 10, and so assuming he has the same bonus as me to have the skill that he uses, it'd be a minimum 34, which would beat any of us.
Okay, I'm going to say that Dren is appropriately tricked. I don't know what debilitating trick does, though.
The bleeding shot.
Oh, bleeding shot? Okay.
You can choose to do that, or you can choose to have him take a minus to his AC from everybody.
No, that's not necessary. They
He does
roll
take the minus AC from you, though.
you can inflict your target with an amount of bleed damage equal to your operative level. All right, so this shot, I'm assuming it hits you is the issue. If this shot hits you, you'll also be bleeding, and it's going to be, I think, 8 points of damage every round you'll take from going there forward. All right, so the 2 shots coming at you, and I will do them in order of the one that lands on the left is coming from the one using the trick attack. The weapons platform cannot trick attack, so the one on the right will not work. The one on the left is a 16 on the die plus 19. I'm going to assume hits.
Yep.
And the other one is a 9 on the die plus 19. I think they both hit. Correct?
Yes.
Cool. All right, so for damage, I have to re-roll that. Or can I keep, if I hit up a bunch of times, will it do what I want? 2d6. Oh, no, the pistol's a different weapon. Sorry. That damage is 3d4 plus 9. 3d4 plus 9. And you're going to take that twice. So the first shot. Sorry, what was that?
If it's a small arm, it should be half. It's not.
Oh, yeah. It's not 9, it's 4.
I have his bonus here, which was generated by the computer as plus 9. I'll just give him NPC bonus. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if it's a thing to the weapon or not, but it has it as plus 9. I did not self-generate this. I used a program. The program could be broken, but I'm going to stay the plus 9 for now just to make sure.
I think it's giving you the normal weapon specialization bonus, which is always your level, but when you do it with a small arm, it's half of it.
Welcome to RPGs where NPCs cheat. 17 points of damage from the first one, which causes a bleed of 8 points of damage hereafter. And then 14 points of damage from the one farthest away. Oh, that one's still using a sniper rifle. I'm so sorry. Ignore the 14. I have to do the other roll. It's even worse. It's 19 points of damage from the sniper rifle.
36 altogether, Nick. And for your information, if you have medicine, it's a DC 15 medicine check to stop bleed.
That's good.
Yeah, so you do actually have to do it on your turn, like waste an action on it. Although it's not really wasting when it's that much damage.
Nick, what is Dren's stamina at now?
4.
Oh, cool. So you haven't even taken any real damage. For
Nope.
the purposes of bleed does direct HP damage. I don't know if that's in the books. It does
Oh.
not make sense to do stamina damage. So-
Then it is.
Oh, bleed! You haven't
20.
taken any bleed damage yet.
Yeah, the bleed will happen at
That's
the beginning of
fucking
your round, I believe.
Okay, then right now it's 20. Then next round I'll take the 16 bleed damage.
Why 16?
No, it's only 8 bleed damage.
Oh,
Only one of them could do the operative trick because it's the operative. The weapons platform is basically a mimicry platform. It doesn't do that.
Stack.
then I'm good.
Okay, so you did take the 30 something to your
Yes.
stamina though, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so you're doing fine. All right, that's
Oh, if he's the same level as me, not to make it worse, he should have been doing 4d8 trick attack damage.
it adds more damage.
Yes.
Oh shit, trick attacks plus 5d8. Hold on, let me add some more damage.
Should be 4.
Again, I'm going with what the computer generated. I don't know if I picked some other options because it has right there in the where's the other abilities.
Are
Plus-
you sure you're not level 9?
I might be level 9. All I have is CR of 9. Usually the CR means you're a level below.
Well, actually, the plus 9 to that also makes more sense. So you must be 9.
Okay. All right. Then I don't know how that. It just says CR9. It doesn't give me the character level. So for the trick attack, that's just an additional 5d8 points of damage. So that's going to be roll 5d8, and this is the trick attack damage, not the actual weapon damage.
Oh.
Nice.
Oof.
And
That
that's instead
stamina
of,
you were talking about isn't doing so hot.
Evaporates.
and that's instead of the other 17. So
Oh, that replaces the 17.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can we get the total of how much I'm actually taking here?
You're
30 plus
taking
19 is
yeah.
49 damage.
You're taking.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're taking 13 more.
That's not so bad. I'm still in stamina.
Okay, cool. All right. I will. So the trick attack thing is much cooler than I thought, and I need to put that together a little bit faster. Sorry about that. So yeah, the total damage basically, he drops his rifle, gets behind this rock, pulls the pistol, shoots you out of nowhere. You don't even see it coming. You take a massive amount of damage from that, and then you're struck in the side, or rather, you're almost struck in the side. You're able to kind of duck out of the way again, stamina from the sniper rifle blast. They are now in cover from everyone at this exact second, but I'm sure that will change as we go to Seeker's turn.
All right. Seeker is sitting back in the other room, just like, well,
Smoking.
yeah, this is my last one I have for now, but to kill a gnat, it's worth it. And Seeker kind of looks out the doorway and throws another explosive blast straight towards the gnat unit. So another.
Do you need to do? Is that like a strength check throw?
No,
It's
it's
70
just 100 feet of range.
Magic. Okay.
Yeah, it's magic.
Yeah. All right. So I have to make a reflex save. I
Yep.
will roll.
21.
I rolled a 2 on the die, which we decided I think was not anywhere near enough because I did this last time. Yes. Go ahead.
If you have the same reflex as me, you have the 16.
No, his reflex is much worse. His reflex was only
32.
11. 32 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
So a whizzing battery, like making like squeal noise, just kind of goes straight past Rye, straight past Dren. They're kind of like, whoa, what the hell? When it goes past him and just explodes right in this guy's face.
All right. Yeah. He takes the full damage, seethes, and shouts over and says, "Is that any way to treat family?"
Yes, just repaying the favor.
Telepathically to Dren, I'll go ahead and keep this live. He says, "Offer still stands." And after Seeker, it's Rye.
Yeah. Does he has cover from me as well?
Yep, it'll be +4 cover from you.
Does that cover anything happen to it since he kind of just exploded?
No, it's a rock, and I don't think it actually has any terrain damage with the magic. Again, magic, I think, assuming it's trying
I
to damage the
exploded it
organic lift.
next to him, not like in front of him. So
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that the rock is probably fine. I'm sure it's charred and chipped a bit, but not enough that it actually removes the cover.
Okay. I'm mostly useless here. I've done the best I can with medicine as far as saving the Vermilion Blur. And
It's weird. It's only, it'd be really cool if you were this class that could give static bonuses to your team.
I could do that.
Especially to the android that can run up right next to him right now.
Yeah. Okay. I point at the general rock direction, and I say, I think this goes without saying, but get him.
Yeah, and Rock, the Dwayne the Rock Johnson over the other, like at the other end of the plaza, is like, "What the hell?"
Boo.
Yeah. I wish I hadn't started. I might have sold it better. All right. So yeah, get
You
him.
wouldn't have.
No, with your level, what does get him do? It's +2 now.
Yeah. Let me double check.
Pat,
At 6th level, I
yes.
can spend 1 resolve to grant this bonus against all enemies who are within 60 feet. It's
That would work.
still +1.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to spend the resolve, you can get them both.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you spent 5 resolve in this encounter, which is the most we've spent resolve in the entirety of our campaign.
You're welcome.
And is that going to be your full round? Or are you going to?
Wrong.
No. What?
Shirket died and came back to life a lot.
You're right. I did forget about that one time.
So
Alright.
I use that as my move action.
Yep.
And instead, so since I can't move, I still have an action left. I will attempt a shot anyway. I'm
You
gonna
are
miss.
technically able to move, just for the absolute record.
Yeah, you can move.
Yeah, I could use
again.
that as a move. I could do 2 moves, but then I can't really do much of anything anyway. And I'm under cover, so I'm gonna enjoy being in cover. I'm gonna attempt to shoot him again. So I'm gonna miss, but
Roll a nat 20 just for fun.
yeah, I know, right? And my bonus is a 10. Hopeful. I rolled a 20 exactly
Total.
again. No, not a nat 20. I rolled a total of 20. I rolled a 10 plus my 10, so I miss.
Yep. It just connects into the rock.
Does a 21 change? Actually, never mind.
No, it does not. And I will not answer.
Oh
This.
yeah, correct. 21.
I will not be answering this question.
Does that technically work for yourself if you do that?
Get him?
Oh, I don't think so.
I actually have no idea. I'm not really worried about it. It's still not enough in this particular instance. And
yeah, it does work for me.
Cool. Nate says, "Let's try this again. We can totally." No. All right. Well, that's more what I expected last time, anyways.
Look, I got a better gun. I don't know what to tell you. This isn't my forte. Shut up, Nate.
Maybe get closer. Come on.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting fleshy wounds.
It's fine.
Also, you're not pretty. I am. I want to stay pretty.
It just starts making static sounds at you. Just audible static.
Yeah. Look at what he did to the slug monkey.
Hey, Rye, you need me to fix that?
Actually, the slug monkey looks a little bit better now.
I can delete him.
It stops making static noise, and we go to Zero's turn.
Who is going to run up basically behind him and trick attack him?
Yep.
How much did you get to move?
I can move 60.
Without...
And I moved 50.
He's a fast boy.
And if I really want to, I can make it so I can run 70.
I don't know if I have increased speed on this guy. Let me take a quick look. You keep doing your thing. I only have a speed of 50 feet, so you are faster.
So, because you sort of revealed that he's a challenge rating 9, I automatically trick attack him.
That's fine. You were going to automatically trick attack him anyways.
So he is flat-footed, or I think it's just like a -4 to your AC.
Yeah, I don't expect you to miss. Go ahead and roll. You might actually offer.
32.
Hit.
And that will be 11 plus another 19, so 30.
That's not enough. However, you do manage to blow a hole clean through its shoulder so that you see some sparks and blood, because you are, as an android, mechanical and fleshy, and it hisses in pain. You don't particularly recognize it, but again, Zero wouldn't necessarily. But it looks at you with a particularly venomous look of hate as it takes this damage.
And my debilitating trick does last till my next turn. So everybody else gets that bonus as well.
All right, and that means that it is Miller's turn.
Miller stands from prone as a swift action because that's what Isokis do. And I can't make a full attack with this thing. It's unwieldy.
Yay!
So I'm just gonna target range 20.
That's gonna be a miss.
Who are you attacking?
That guy, the same guy I did last time.
Yeah.
What does get him?
+1.
You get a +1.
And what is flat-footed?
What's up, flat-footed? It's -4 to the AC.
Yeah, but I mean, he's getting another 4 from the rock.
Yeah, it just removes its cover basically. So you are, and this is EAC.
Yes, and it is explode 5. So if it hits the rock, it hits him. Oh, for half damage.
I would say, well, let's see. So in terms of Mechanical misses. Yeah, I'll say that because of the way the AC is working out, where you would have hit him if the rock wasn't there. Yeah, we'll say you hit the rock. That's fine. So for half damage, go ahead and roll damage, and then I'll cut it in half.
Each creature within the blast radius takes the listed damage, but can attempt a reflex for half. All right.
Oh, okay, so reflex.
I was.
I mean, at this point, because he's kind of has like partial cover against it, would that be an automatic reflex?
25.
Yeah, I'll give it the automatic reflex because we were kind of gaming the system here anyways.
Right.
I might as well not stack it too much.
Well, that's kind of the point of. That's kind of the point of explosions.
Well, yeah, but the idea is that Miller wasn't targeting the rock. Miller targeted him, so if he missed, it would have gone off over his shoulder, I think, mechanically speaking. But I'm cool with gaming it a little bit to make it a little more, if you're missing because of the cover, it makes sense. We'll say that he takes the damage. I'm actually going to say that the cover is also reduced by this explosive blast, saying that it's now going to only be giving him partial cover. And I don't think it's going to matter for too much longer, but a big old P for... Yep, I should. Yep, we're gonna do that.
So he takes half my 25 at 12 damage.
Yep, already removed from his overall HP. It is looking much worse for the wear. Ragged, worn down, covered in blast, scorch marks, laser wounds, and everything. Not super great. Dren, you're up.
Okay. After that crushing failure of an attack, he's going to
bleed and take 8 points of damage.
Yeah.
Is it the end or the beginning?
I would assume it's the beginning.
Right at the beginning, yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't matter so much to me anyway. I'm gonna rush up to the guy and I'm gonna take a swing with my tail blade.
You jump off the rock and do like a swing around with your...
Actually, that's exactly how I imagined it.
I like it.
It's almost like if anybody's ever seen the opening to Beyblade, the first season.
Ooh, I haven't.
Awful particular, Nick, but okay.
Yeah.
But it shows in any other, show ever.
I mean, I think you would have done better with like a Naruto reference here, and I've never even seen that show, so.
I picked Beyblade, okay? Let it rip.
All right. Make your attack roll and see how well you do.
That is a 26.
That's going to hit.
And that's going to be a lot of damage.
I hope not.
Oh, it's gone.
What's your minimum damage?
13.
He's like, there's a chance.
Ooh.
14 damage.
So it's 19 total.
Okay. All right. So you come by, you slash, and I'm going to say that your tail blade actually catches this android across the face because of the angle you're coming at, and you carve a large divot across its face, giving it a permanent scar across the bridge of its nose as you pull chunks of it away with your energy blade and come to a rest atop the rock, looking all action as hell because you finally did a thing. It's still standing, though. Has not been expired. And Dren, do you say anything as you slash its face? No? Am I frozen?
No,
he just hasn't said anything.
I was in deep thought.
Oh, you were trying to find the answer? There you go, Christopher. How do you like me now?
I don't get it. What does that mean?
That's the name of the computer that don't worry about it.
Why were you in it?
Our
Hey,
whole
don't
name
take
is
shade.
only a reference. The name of our show and everything.
Yeah, it is in the name of the show. Yep. We're making some Hitchhiker's Guide references here tonight, people. Finally, we've done it. We brought it full circle.
We haven't introduced the show as mostly harmful in like 30 episodes.
I talked about it tonight, you piece of spoop, and I mentioned it last time.
But what about before that?
He actually says it almost every time.
I do mention it. It's just not the primary because I don't think it's very well known. So,
but anyway, Dren says, "I picked my battle."
Oh, all right. In response to his telekinesis.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Right. So
That-
everyone else is mystified, like me. I was right there. I was interacting as everyone else because they're like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Yeah.
No one heard that conversation to Dren. All right, and then it is the bad guy's turn.
Yep. Goes down. Aw.
How about so you have your HP basically all still left?
I have I have most of my HP, and I still have like 16 stamina. So
Yeah, I would love to pull out his officer's sword and start cutting on you, but I don't think that's going to fly. I don't think it's enough. Do I have any other operative tricks to get away? Because now he's going to try and flee.
attack of opportunity too.
I'm aware. I'm trying
Withdraw.
to see. Actually, you don't draw attacks of opportunity 0. Why is that?
Because I'm always trick attacking the people I'm running by. So if you attack him with a trick attack as you run away with your pistol, you're fine.
Don't tell him that.
Or
All
if
right.
you just
So
withdraw,
here's
which
what happens.
will not-
The
'cause we know
problem is he doesn't appear to be possible to get away from it.
the trick attack is it's kind of a
Can I do it while flat-footed?
it's kind of a given thing. All right. So what it does is it basically kind of lowers its arm. It tries
Can
to
you
wipe
do? Can you do? What is it? Full round actions while you're flat-footed.
I don't believe so, but I don't know why that matters.
Because
it's
he's
trick attack
flat-footed.
Round.
Yeah, because
Oh.
trick attack is a full round action, but you can move as a part of a trick attack.
And so is withdraw. So I mean, withdraw, you can just get out of combat without taking your attacks of opportunity at double your speed. But it's a full round action, so you can't.
Full round action, flat-footed, Starfinder. Let's ask Google and see what's up.
Cut this.
Can you use immediate actions? Let's see. I'm trying to find something about if you're able to do full round actions while flat-footed. I don't actually know the answer to that.
I don't see anything that says you cannot do a full round action. Withdraw, it actually says, it tells you things that you can't withdraw from. It does not list.
He's not going to be withdrawing per se. What he does is, I'm going to say that it works just for the purpose of I don't know yet. He's going to drop. He wipes the blood away from his face, but as he's doing that, like he's trying to make it so you're not looking at him, he takes a shot with his pistol at you, Dren, which is going to be the nature of the trick attack. Again, due to static bonuses, we already know it beats you. So the trick attack goes through. I'll roll damage separately in a second, but as he pulls the trigger, you kind of like recoil backwards a little bit from the trick attack, and he actually lets his body fall over sideways into the water feature, which is a pond that's about 20 feet by 20 feet roughly. And as he falls into this water structure that he's been, or water feature that he's been standing next to, he lets his body submerge and he begins to swim straight downward. And the blood and gruesomeness coming off of him kind of obscures and also shows where his path is. He swims down for his remaining speed until he becomes to a point where you aren't able to see him anymore from the surface of the water.
What is he? Does he get full speed in water though?
No, I believe he's only able to move. Actually, how does your trick attack work? Are you able to move your 60 in trick attack? You just did, didn't you?
Yeah, I can do full movement, but
Does that not
it's
provoke?
more of a swimming generally. I think probably half speed or something.
Right.
Does that not provoke being a ranged attack in melee?
No, it does not.
No, because
Starfinder doesn't do that. Starfinder, it's only if you are basically removing yourself from their attack area or you're trying to cast magic.
But the trick attack also negates that anyways.
Oh.
Let's see. Looks like
Because
swim
operative's broken.
is athletics. You can move half your land speed through water and similar fluids. It's still, his land speed is very far, so he moves pretty far down to the point where you are not able to see him. Again, he's
But
not
it's
necessarily
like 25
gone.
feet, right? Ish.
I will not be telling you that until you get down there. You
Okay.
basically can pursue him. The last place you saw him was at the edge of the water, and I'll leave it there. And you are now, I'm going to roll the damage for the attack. That's a 6.
Did you roll an attack against them?
Um,
Trick
and-
attack isn't an automatic hit.
The trick attack is an automatic hit, right? To trick attack,
No.
you have to be shooting.
No, basically the trick attack. He's tricked. Then you have to roll your attack.
Yeah. I just rolled a separate die.
Okay, I didn't hear.
Yep,
that you
it's
actually attacked him.
6 on the die. Well, right, the trick attack is part of an attack. No.
So you rolled to hit and you hit his energy armor and all that.
Not yet. No. I roll. So the trick attack automatically is successful, and then I'm rolling to hit. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a 25 against your EAC, I believe.
That does hit.
Okay, and then so for damage, this is the
So
small.
what is that? 3d6 plus 48.
It's 3d4 plus 9 for the damage. Total of 20 points of damage.
Okay.
plus the trick attack.
Oh
saving.
shoot! Plus the trick attack. Sorry, let me find that. That's the obnoxious one. So ignore the 20, right? Because this is all.
Well, no, it's the 20 plus 48.
Yeah, again, your numbers are wrong. You gave him health last time he shouldn't have. You're taking a total of 55 damage. 30. Yeah, 55 damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, you should have taken the 14 we removed last time then. That's okay though. And this is why I don't play more complicated classes as the
20
GM because there's too much going on.
20 for the base, and then how much for the other attack?
35 is the trick attack additional damage.
Yeah, he keeps rolling all really high numbers on that.
Yeah, and again, I'm doing these in specifically in Roll20 so I can quickly navigate back to it.
What I was about to do is not what I'm going to do anymore.
What's the other thing doing?
Oh, the other thing, we'll take a shot at 0 because you are kind of out in the open there. It'll move. Well, it did see move really fast. Actually, who else is wounded? Who looks the worst? Is it just Dren? Yeah, I think it's just Dren.
Miller's the next
Yeah,
closest.
Miller would be the next one, but he's prone. And
Yeah, he's not pursuing that. He'll just kind of duck into some bushes as he takes his rifle shot at. Oh, you know what? I'll just full round attack 0 and see if we can make it stick. And that's -4 to each attack. I don't think I have triple attack, and I need to drop to the pistol, wouldn't I? Do I have triple attack? No. Oh, I do have triple attack. I do. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you triple attack and trick attack? Oh, he doesn't have trick
No,
attack. It's not an
no.
operative. You know, this thing isn't an operative. I shouldn't be giving it the triple attack. I'm just going to have it take a full round double shot with a sniper rifle at your back.
You can't. It's unwieldy.
Is this sniper rifle? Do I have that? What is
Generally, all sniper rifles are
yeah,
unwieldy.
snipers are unwieldy.
What's the elite infinity rifle? Do you guys have any info on that?
Nope, because I still have the basic sniper
Elite.
until probably after this.
Let me take a quick check.
Is that in the normal or is that in the?
I don't have anything here that says it's unwieldy unless it's a long arms kind of like unless it's
So I'm looking at in the regular player's handbook. All sniper rifles are unwieldy.
okay. I'll take that then.
So
And by
that'd be
sniper rifle, you mean long arm, right?
No,
No. Long arm is a completely different thing. If it's a long arm, then it might not be unwieldy.
I'll say I've been giving it a boost to its range anyways because I thought it was a sniper rifle. So I will just say that this is a sniper rifle. So it'll just take the one attack and it'll get moving to cover. That's fine. So that's going to be. Ooh, I rolled a 2. I don't think that hits you. It's a 21 against your EAC.
Nope, misses.
All right, it misses. It gets into cover from most of you, and then that brings it to Seeker's turn.
All right. Seeker once again pops out. Where'd he go?
Water.
And instead looks towards the weapons walker thingy, and says, "Well, I might as well just do this," and just kind of tosses out a couple magic missiles at it.
And a single one connects with it, and actually, you throw out a couple. Just try how you destroy this walking weapons platform.
All right, yeah. So they weave around Rye and like out the door, and just kind of like go around the trees and hit it in the back.
Yeah,
Just explode it.
It explodes against the tree, starting a small fire in this little park outside the Green Delicatessen. You have expired the last weapons platform. And I believe you said you were moving, or were you just doing all of your magic missiles?
I did just 2.
Okay, so you can still take a move action if you'd like. I'm gonna say that you don't know where he is, and 0 didn't hear you not knowing where he is, and all that fun stuff, and you
I
wouldn't.
think
hear
we're gonna
0 from where you are.
tend to.
Well, I'd
Tend to
assume.
Vermilion
I mean,
Blur over here.
you can just GM it and say our mics aren't open, but generally we keep mics open during like communications.
You weren't. So again, this attack was an ambush. So I'm going to say no. We're not hot mic'd, so you are good. You're going to just tend to the Vermilion Blur,
Yep.
Seeker.
I have a move action, but I don't think I can do anything with that in terms of like healing him or anything. But if there's any sort of like can I look at him, make sure he's okay, etc.
I mean, he's breathing. Rye was able to pack his wounds well enough. I would say if you take a quick look around the storeroom, there's really not any medical supplies or anything, but maybe, let's say there's a first aid kit on the wall. So maybe you can grab a single healing serum Mark 1 out of the first aid kit.
Yeah. Okay.
You won't be able to apply it yet, but you have it. So that way you can maybe use it later without wasting one of yours.
Yep.
Rye, you are up. I will say you did see the guy kind of dunk himself into the water.
Yeah. So I'm going to.
Was I skipped?
No,
What
you shot. You hit the rock. It exploded. You damaged the thing.
Oh.
And Rye is right before Zero, then Miller, then Dren. No, you did your thing.
I'm going to dramatically hero leap over the window.
Which I'm giving to you guys. That's fine.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So it's super dramatic.
Mhm.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I move my 30 feet, and I'm going to utilize my detect thoughts. Since I can't see them, it goes for 60 feet.
Let's see.
Didn't we say it was line of sight though?
I'm okay with him trying to detect.
Oh, that might be a good point.
I think we've always had an issue with that because I don't believe it was clear in the book if it requires line of sight.
No, it does not require line of sight because you can use it in pitch black to detect living things.
25, 30, 35. You're within range. So what do you have to do for that?
It's will save it's easy to beat a 15.
I rolled a 4 and its will is not great. Let's see. What is the will save for this? Plus 12, that's 16.
It beats it.
Okay.
But
but
I can still see if he reads my thoughts.
Actually, yes, you may.
Yes.
Zero,
And
you might as well
Zero.
go ahead for that as well. Let's see some will saves, people.
I it definitely passed, but man,
Nope, he read Zero's thoughts.
He actually has to concentrate for a while to make it effectively reading thoughts. I believe the first level, which is the first round of combat, would just
First round, I go,
the
yep,
text that
there's
they
thought
exist.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not getting anything from the water. Again, mechanically, you don't know if that's because he's too far gone or whatever,
Right.
or just mentally strong. You're
But I
getting
don't
no
get to
thoughts
try
from
again, so it doesn't matter.
You're getting no thoughts from Dren, which I'm assuming you think there's just nothing up there. And
Yeah.
Zero, he's thinking, but beyond that, it's not helpful.
I'm not convinced Zero is an android. I think he might be a robot.
Well, no, Zero, you can hear his thoughts at least a little bit. Like you're getting that inkling.
Oh, I did get Zero.
You've
Yeah,
read my
Dren-
thoughts. You've read my thoughts before.
How did you?
because Zero rolled a 4 and I rolled a 16
What?
plus 7 will.
I'm looking forward to that third round.
He's finally hearing thoughts, so he's just gonna follow you around for the next 12 seconds. Like, I got this. This is mine.
I bet he's not.
I'm like,
'Cause I'm about to
That's right.
dive underwater.
it doesn't matter as long as you're within 60 feet.
He's gonna be very quickly not. Zero, you are up.
All right, so Zero dives underwater to get ready to freaking trick attack this guy with a knife.
I detect his thoughts go underwater.
Can you like Rambo it, like stick the knife between your teeth? Ah!
So,
Well,
Raj,
it's actually because I'm not ridiculous in athletics. Like I also take an automatic 24 with that.
Okay, so you're successful on the swim because that's calm water. The DC was 10. So
Yeah. So, anyways, drops the sniper rifle and pistol off my back, and just pulls out the knife and dives underwater.
yeah, that's.
Because I imagine you can't fire weapons underwater. Is that a thing?
I would say I'd allow you know what? It's too mathy. I'm gonna say you just go straight badass. Drop your weapon, grab that knife in between teeth, and you just dive down there.
I pick up the weapon.
So I move. What is
Half
it?
your
Assuming it's half speed,
It's half your
it's
speed.
30 feet, and I use a resolve point to increase my speed by another 10. So
I will say so. His top speed was 50. So he was able to move 25 in the water, and he had to move 5. Again, we're gonna negate the 5 to get into the water because you had to do the same. I think you're just adjacent to him. Like I think you just catch up to him. We might be a little bit off. I'm gonna go ahead and say that because he's hurt, maybe he swims a touch slower, so you're able to get directly adjacent to him in the water. So as you guys are diving, you see that he has underneath here. He's found a there's like an off like duct, a channel that goes out of the pond, and it's where this water is fed from, somewhere deeper in like the this little plaza area. He's trying to access the sewers and get the hell out of there, and he's like right at the entrance to this tunnel as you get up behind him with your knife.
All right. And then 21, and that's KAC, and he gets the minus for whatever minuses we're getting because we're in water.
I don't know that there are any minuses while you're in water off the top of my head. You're still able to move enough, and your movement yourself is restricted enough that I'd say you guys are probably about the same. I would say there's no necessary restrictions there. But he's tricked, right? So he gets the -4.
Yep.
Which means that his KAC, just so you have it, is 19. So I believe you hit.
All right. And that will be 7 plus 16.
Describe your disgusting underwater kill.
Yeah.
So Zero dives underwater, swimming really fast, catches him from behind, and just kind of jabs the knife in the neck, and then, just swings out and just eviscerates the rest of the neck.
You get a good stab to get you started, pull it out, swing again, and you somehow decapitate him with the force of your blow underwater, which is a very difficult feat to do. You have done it, and the head does float up as you're kind of on top of the body, so it doesn't quite go up, but the head does float to the surface, and that's what Dren, Rye, it's what Dren and Rye see as they approach the water's edge, ready to.
So does this one look like Seeker, or is this more?
I was gonna say.
Which one does this look like?
In terms of like, who else would it look like?
Does it look
Potentially
like
me
more
if
like
it's
Zero or Seeker?
So I guess I haven't been clear. If Zero is Nat 2.0, which again we haven't confirmed officially, but it's pretty close.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Thank you for your Letterkenny reference that you haven't watched yet, Nicholas. Allegedly, he would have had to have had reconstructive surgery done, or else he would have been caught on other issues. The nature of his like video recording doesn't work really well against Zero, and certain things have a hard time seeing him, and no one recognizing him is all because he's had some work done. Now, whether that's during his time as the BSU operative, because he did work for the BSU when he renewed, or if that's something from before, it's not clear, and even Zero doesn't know this, but Zero looks nothing like any of the Nat lines. Capiche? Perfect.
Epish.
This one looks like an older Seeker. Yeah. Looks like an older Seeker's head floats to the surface of this pond right in front of you, Dren.
I throw up.
So Zero will bring the body up with him.
You guys are out of combat as Zero swims up with the body. The rest of you guys can kind of come out. I don't know if you are going to do that or not, Seeker. I don't know if you're going to stay with the body with the Vermilion Blur or not.
Oh, I'm gonna instantly stab him with a stim pack.
Okay.
Or a healing stim, whatever it is.
I'll say, he wasn't actually unconscious mechanically. He was unconscious because GM didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So he regains consciousness. He's hurt. He's definitely hurt because he was taking straight HP damage. He got shot twice while being completely unaware. But you're able to get him back resuscitated, and you kind of put 2 of his arms over your shoulder and waist and carry him out because he's got 4 arms.
Yep.
And you are all gathering at the pond in front of the now kind of slowly bloating corpse of
Is there
I sit down on the rock.
actually, yeah, I was gonna say, is there anybody else in here, NPCs? Because if there are, Miller's gonna tend to the
They fled. Everyone fled out a back door from the kitchen, except for that one poor sap who got shot before anyone had time to act.
Yeah, that one died.
Yeah, so there was one that I think Rye avoided the shot, and they took the blow for him and were cut in half.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah, but beyond that, no, there are no other there's no staff or patrons anymore. And it was a patron that was eliminated, not staff, if that matters.
Seeker comes out holding the Vermilion Blur. Is everybody okay?
I just raise a hand. Not me.
Miller hobbles over.
So Zero pulls the body out of the water, completely fine.
Actually, it looks even cleaner.
I spit a little bit of blood.
Oh, you got him. Nice job, Zero.
I'll add a little bit of blood to your spit too.
So, can we ask him questions now?
Um,
I know, I'm kidding. It's
where is he?
Any questions we would have wanted answered, I'm sure. What is it? Nat 3 could
Mm.
probably tell us.
I look at Nat 3. I'm so sorry for your loss.
He was a later model. I'm not that upset.
Miller kind of like looks over everything and says, "Hey, Zero, any of those sniper rifles better than yours?"
All of them. That pistol is better than mine. That sword is better than mine.
Let's see. So the weapons platforms, weapons, I'm going to say, are integrated and not viable. This guy does have one. I'm going to say for the purposes of not breaking the campaign, you get the long arm version. Whatever attachment he used to give it the extended range.
I found it. It was a long arm.
It was a long arm.
Armory.
Yeah, he should have only had 80 feet of range. I was giving him a bonus. Again, he had a lot of time to set up, but I was also giving him a bonus when they were walking up.
You said infinity rifle.
Yep, and it was the level, let's see.
The level 10 one.
Yeah, the level 10. Yeah, you have an elite infinity rifle.
Ooh, its special is boost. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, what's boost do?
Oh, let's see.
That did not show up in my generated list.
Yeah, it's an additional 2d6 if you.
So I should be dead?
I think it's only on criticals is usually how specials work. So Miller would do that.
No. You can actually expend more charges to do more damage. It's basically one of my mechanic abilities.
I wish this had been something that was clear on the character sheet that it created. Let's see. And is multiplied on a critical hit. Oh, I could have maybe even really hurt Miller on that one. Doesn't have it. So it's only, you can only boost once anyways. And what's the boost damage on that anyways? It's not that great.
6.
Yeah, it's not significant enough. That's fine. I would have been doing it had I realized, but that was not something that was on the character sheet. Not worried about it. Yeah, so you do have an elite affinity rifle. It does have the boost feature. It just doesn't have the extended range. That's all. That component fried. Whatever the heck that component was.
Is there anything?
It doesn't matter. Do you want to just send us the equipment later?
Yeah.
Say what we have, but
I will say, because I know it'll make Christopher happy. The other gear you're able to pick up: white carbon skin. Don't know if that's a typo. An officer's dueling sword, Drake dragon pistol, which I don't know if that's an operative weapon, but I was giving him the operative bonus.
If it's a small arm, yes.
Okay. The elite affinity rifle, which you just got, an Aeon stone, which is a dark blue rhomboid, whatever that does. And
I'm pretty sure I get everything. I
What are
took
you talking
everything.
about? I put in some work.
I shot him. I gave you a bonus. I used the Aeon stones. Come on.
Oh,
buddy, be a buddy.
Patrick did one thing, finally.
I shot him with explosions.
You guys can
That's
figure
like
it
a
out.
100% bonus to what I really do.
I made
So
beautiful
Zero's
art
taking
with him.
Zero's taking everything, and then we'll divvy it up later. Done. Let's continue.
You also grab an invisibility detector, just in case Zero went invisible. He was prepared.
I was also thinking of going invisible.
Right. If you guys had done anything invisible, he was prepared. It is an item in Starfinder. I have no idea what it does. I was going to use it if I had to.
I was about to say, my invisibility is only useful until I attack anyways.
Are there
And
any
then
computers?
I lose all invisibility till I decide to hide again.
Are there
Does he
any
have any-
batteries?
Personal computer devices.
Oh, no. He wouldn't.
Nope.
So this is an extremely professional assassin. And Nate will kind of give you some background. And Seeker, again, depending on how much your Nat 1 persona is active, you'll know some of this. The later model androids would have been something you didn't interact with, Seeker. You weren't all produced at once. You were produced as a series, and usually in batches of 5. So 1 through 5, you probably know pretty well, which is why you had the knowledge of Nate. Everything after that, you probably know of, maybe have even encountered, but in terms of specifications are limited. Nate, however, was actually working with Cosmos much more closely than Nat 1 did, so he's got a little bit more of the intel you're looking for. This is Nat 19, the last model made before they moved to the 2.0 line, of which, as far as you know, they only ever made one model, which is your target, your entire target this entire time, Seeker. So this is the one that came out right before Nat 2.0. And Nate, to Rye, but also so the group can hear him, mentions, Ooh, yeah, this was one of the later models that was specifically designed for assassinations. Those weapon platforms, the holographic things you guys were taking out, that's a special part of its equipment. It's supposed to be able to engage multiple threats at once for maximum destabilization. You did pretty well being able to take it out, especially since it got the drop on you. If I could clap, I would.
Is there
Gun
anything
goes
we
off.
can do?
I slapped Nate like 9 times.
Um, nope, I'm not going to make that joke. Yes,
Nope,
okay.
No.
He does wish you would take him off more often, though. I'm just saying.
I ask Nate, are all of you assassins? Do you have like a single doctor in the family? Normal, not mad doctor.
No. If I could raise my hand, I would.
I
You
was going to
tried-
say, Nate.
You tried to assassinate us in an interesting way. That's still a
That's not. You came into my house. You destroyed my projects, and then you destroyed my body. I didn't
into
assassinate
the
you.
holster. He goes.
Yeah, he just kind
Didn't
of
he install a mute button?
I don't think that was installed yet.
No, not yet.
All right, yeah, he does quiet down. All right, so
I wanted to ask Nate a question.
you can try. He can still hear you.
Nate, is there any way we can possibly like get his recover his memories or anything? You're pretty adept at transferring at least your own consciousness into something else. Is there any way we could possibly hack him and
Zero
maybe-
lifts up the head. It's intact.
exactly?
Yeah. All right. Let me explain this.
I look
once.
away as I hold the gun up.
We know it doesn't work. I know
This
it
is-
doesn't work.
This isn't how brains work, and that is an organic brain you're holding in your hand there. Had you wanted to inquire further about anything, should have come prior to removal from the rest of the carcass. And the expiration notice that you issued. My consciousness was translated to pure electronics out of desperation and under duress, but I was willing, and that's an
You're
important-
welcome.
Yes, thank you, thank you, Master. You are so.
That's what we say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Happy
Listen,
to
I
be
take
here,
the
folks.
respect when I can get it.
Right. So as you've slaughtered another one of my brethren, my only warning before you holster me again is, yeah, most models were assassins. That's the whole point of Cosmos. Assassins from the shadow for the right price.
Didn't I explain this?
Yeah.
Can you tell
have.
what number he is?
What was that?
Can you tell what number he is?
Yeah, 19. Yep. The one right before
And-
they moved on to the new model. Yep.
Do you know if this one would have worked in a team?
No. Nope. This one would have been a solo. The last team numbers that you would have to worry about, let's see, might have been a couple of pairs, and I don't know if any of them have linked together. He could be working with someone else, but the only unit that I think you'd have to really worry about in group would be 6, 7, 8, and 9. They were the quad. Everything else would have been solo or pairs.
Well, now they're the trifecta.
Sorry?
Yes, the Lord of the Things was one of their number. Correct.
6, I believe.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Pat remembered another thing.
Well,
Only because of 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the joke.
why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7,
Mhm.
8, 9.
No. Like that's the joke of why 6 is the one that's not a part of them anymore.
Well, no, that is the whole purpose. Yes.
Yes.
And when you get to it, when you meet 7, he will have literally eaten 9 and 8. I did tell you he was taking on other electronic components. That was part of his special ability. I literally covered it all. This is
Yeah,
the whole
good.
joke. When you do encounter it, it'll be a giant combo android, which I'm looking forward to.
So in next session,
Now that you
So-
know.
We still have 15 minutes. I want to wrap this one up. I had a couple more things. I'm gonna say that you guys begin returning. The Vermilion Blur's scouts he had out. He calls them back. They gather, and you guys start moving about. You're a little bit more conspicuous, but you were just in a massive firefight out in front of a public restaurant. This is well visual. You guys are already trying to move out, so you're gonna make preparations. As you guys are moving out, he says, "All right, I will finish arranging getting you to the celebration event. I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but be ready to go. It's coming really quickly. It's next week, so whatever we have, I'm expecting it'll be some sort of infiltration mission. Be prepared. I would not expect to be able to go in with your usual gear or personas.
I can be so sagey again?
So Seiji might be compromised after
No!
today. Yeah, you might have to put Soseiji to rest.
No. Oh, no.
I think he died back there in the diner. I have one other request.
Goes and looks.
I have one other request that I was. He spits up some blood and wipes it away with one of his arms. I was going to ask before we were interrupted.
Rudely.
I'm getting a good amount of recruits, even more than just what you see here or will see here on Triaxis. However, what I'm lacking is leadership. As you come across any individuals you think would be useful for leading the troops, you will give us, our army, our revolution, access to more options strategically, especially when it comes to full-scale combat. So if you have anyone or you encounter anyone between then and now, send them my way. I'll make sure you're able to get in touch with me, and we'll keep track of any officers you're able to send my way. Do you have any questions on that?
Power force.
The members of that team you decimated 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Is that who you're referring to?
Not all of them.
Yeah, no one's seen the Red Forcer since the Most Dangerous Game Show ended.
I mean, the Injustice Society for Justice is out there somewhere.
I heard they got a real good guy.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. That sounds made up, but sure, send them my way. I will trust them based on your recommendation, and we'll send them failsafe.
What's his name? The guy that's hunting Dren?
Desmond.
No, not him. The captain.
Smith?
Crunch?
Do you mean Dren's old second in command?
No, I meant the one that punched him after the blitzball game.
Yeah, Smith.
Oh, Captain Hammer. No, sorry, Captain Hammer stand-in. Correct.
Smith.
Captain Smith, thank you.
Yeah. Him. We should try to find him.
Character. Yes, Captain Smith. You could potentially find Captain Smith. Yeah, he does keep a high profile. That would require you guys going in and interacting with that person, though. These aren't just suggestions to volunteer people. If you have them in your repertoire, you can send them over to basically just so we get the mechanics out. I'm trying to build up how useful your military forces are, and it's going to be every person you send to him as an officer is going to allow you to engage on more platforms, basically.
Mass Effect 3 style.
We're doing straight Mass Effect 3 with this right now.
So I do remember that I'm pretty sure we kept in touch with her, Sally.
So Captain Sal, or Sally, is someone that you'll be interacting with when you next return to the Pirates. She was being called in by Lahris.
Is there anybody in any type of leader in particular you're looking for? Are we lacking in any specific
everything? I'm sure.
For the most part,
category.
Zero's right. Our leadership is low. I've got effectively an army full of grunts. I don't have anyone who is anywhere near as capable as the five of you. Hopefully I'd be looking for someone along those lines. Mechanically, I'm looking for classed individuals. I honestly, if you think that they would be able to hold their own in a fight and they have a head on their shoulders, that's enough for what we need. I just need someone I can rely on as a point person to lead the different groups. We can do everyone at once. We can throw the full might of our army at one target, but our enemies are myriad and vast. We are not just going up against a single stronghold. We not only have to remove the Eoxian threat, we have to deal with the Vescarium, which we're going to try to next week, hopefully, and then we still have to deal with your uh, final target, my best friend ever, the man who killed my father, um, Derlith Gerson. It would be easier if we had some more, troop leaders to be able to engage multiple threats at once. And again, that's only a portion of it because we still have to deal with their armies and they're spread out throughout the Pact Worlds as well. Triaxis, Eox, and Absalom Station are not the only places under triumvirate control. We're never going to be a big enough force to invade the Pact Worlds. That's not what I'm looking for. I just don't want to be having to put all our eggs in one basket.
No. All we have to do is take out the key players.
Ideally, if I had even 3 leaders that I could use in conjunction with myself, I'd feel better with it. More is better, but at least 3 would give us options.
Would I have any knowledge of any other pirate captains floating around
1.
other than Smith?
No, not him. He's not a pirate captain. You, I believe, marooned your. Wait, what did we say happened to?
You said
he was marooned, right?
Yes, you said
Mutiny,
Rourke
right?
was marooned.
Rourke, your traitorous second in command from your introduction, was marooned. He would be a potential leader. Yeah, Captain Smith just requires more negotiation because he's actually actively opposed and he's not likely to be aligned to anyone in particular. So he's a bit more of a stretch. Captain Sal, if you want to use her that way, is fine. She does have other uses, though, and you'll find that out next time you speak with her. But again, depending on what you feel is more useful, you can. She's more going to be tech support in my eyes. But again, if you want to scrap the tech support angle and send her to lead army, she totally can, totally capable. Chimera would be someone who would be useful if you could get her off Castrovel, which is an arc I have if you decide to pursue that optional arc.
She'd be useful in combat?
In leading soldiers. She would not be leading from the front necessarily, but she does have a character class, and she's not completely useless.
She's probably the same as you, just, useful.
Oh, we need her.
She is an envoy, yes. Her husband was a technomancer, I believe. I guess if you found the whereabouts of Alden Stoyer, last he was being held by the BSU, whether that's good or bad, maybe you'd be able to turn him to your side. That's another option. But also, you guys might encounter NPCs, and you might go and start recruiting NPCs. I'm going to suggest that your child soldiers on your ship don't work. Like Terry and Ferences aren't great. Skevithan technically is a classed character, but I would say in terms of functional usefulness, he's better on your ship.
So I'm seeing one option here. We got to send Notsab.
Oh yeah.
Actually, Notsab would be fine, and Notsab has a bonus of he brings his own army.
Yep.
But also, he's the captain of another one of your warships.
Also, we can reallocate Sally because we can leave tech support to Sal.
Sal, you guys haven't been in recent contact with, but Sal could potentially be any. Sal's really a non-combatant. I guess he wouldn't be that. So tech support, the reason why Captain Sally, I'll start using Sally from now on just to avoid confusion. Sally in particular is useful because she actually helped build the mecha you guys use. That's why she's tech support. She actually was a part of the project that built the machines that you use. Sal, the Scrounger, was not. I picture Sal as more finance. He's the bank. You do not need to make these decisions now. I'm simply saying, as you come across NPCs or re-encounter NPCs, you have a new way to interact with people. Instead of murdering them and cutting their heads off while they're in, the water, maybe you could also recruit them potentially. And if you encounter any NPCs that you've seen in the past and think would be useful, you can send them to the Vermilion Blur. That is now an optional component.
I look at both Zero, Seeker, and I'm
That's not both
looking
anymore.
at Rye's hip because he's holstered, right?
Yep.
I go, so how exactly does an android get refreshed?
It's a choice, and it's renewal.
Renewed, thank you.
But we could potentially maybe renew the other members of your family, and I gesture towards Seeker.
You'd have to force them somehow.
How good is Riot convincing people?
You'd have to convince them to die.
Correct. And as good as Rye is, unless that person is already
Suicidal.
idolizing renewal or suicide, that is not something that is functional. It is a fully voluntary process. Usually androids do it, not always, but usually do it when they're about 100 years old, and they go through a bit of a ceremony, which can be small or big, it's up to them, and it is them literally powering down, letting their soul exit the body so that another soul, however that happens, can enter the body, and that is a new person. That is a brand new person. They are not any more likely to help you than to hurt you. And it's also, again, it is not something, at least as far as you know, that you can do involuntary. And it would be like the biggest war crime ever to somehow manage to make
Throwing it out there
voluntarily. Maybe you've given me, as the evil GM, a plot device later, but less so something I expect my party to be using, unless they do really want to go full pact breaker terrorist route.
A little bit evil. Chaotic neutral, sorry.
No.
The ends justify the means justify the ends.
I mean, I did it. And I did it.
Yeah. Nate says, I'm really not that experienced in renewal. I don't agree with it in practice. And also, I wouldn't mind moving into another body, though. So if you could stop maybe removing parts and leaving it catatonic, I might be able to move in for you. And I would definitely lead an army at your behest. No problems there, boss.
I'm sure.
You just, put me in front of my troops and I will take it away.
Really, they're
God,
probably
really?
gonna have tasks to hit each other.
I'm legitimately the perfect option because I'm well trained.
So, Rye, basically you can just put your gun on a seat and it will just tell everybody what to do in its army, and there you go. Put it in a wheelchair.
It'd be exactly 5 minutes before you hear, Nate task, shoot that guy. And it won't be the guys we want shot.
Hey, would you all like a Nate task now?
Holstered.
Oh.
Does he, as he's being holstered, what's the new task?
Go pick up my goddamn supplies. He is referring to the drugs and the black box and that stash of supplies he gave you coordinates to.
Wait,
really? Because it wasn't him.
Yeah, that wasn't him at all. That was Mister.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Oh, he doesn't have supplies. Oh, I'm so bad. I messed up my, my NPCs. Scratch that. He says nothing of the sort. His preferred Nate task is find me a body, as he's muffled. We'll go with that. Sorry, I forgot my antagonist but friendly NPCs. I mixed them up.
I know what we could do.
Frenemies.
And I find actually, I'll make it later.
Are you gonna get a frog and we're gonna Ginyu force this? Because I'll allow it.
Was probably gonna be like a naked mole rat.
Or a turtle.
Oh, so we're going Kim Possible. I will
turtle.
still allow this.
Well, no, it was basically gonna be a naked brawl that can't move.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, hey, Brawl can lead armies, technically. There you go.
Oh,
That's
there
one
you
I
go,
didn't
yeah.
remember. And
His
maybe even
sister.
Brawl's sister, I guess.
He
I
leads
mean,
armed
so
forces.
Suggested not to this
Armed
person, but
forces.
to the other people.
All right, that works. Yeah, I completely forgot that Brawl was a thing. Yeah, that would work too.
So did we
As
all.
it should have been, because he did nothing.
Well, this would be his time. All right, it is 10:30. Do you guys have any parting remarks?
Who wants
Bye,
shawarma?
everybody.
Okay. Thank you all for watching. We will be jumping into the after party in just a moment. Next week, I believe we are still going to be doing a non-Starfinder game. I think we'll talk about that briefly in the after party. And then when we return, we're actually going to be jumping right into the infiltration mission I mentioned. We'll have a brief time skip where I'll give the party a couple of opportunities to kind of enhance the infiltration mission, and then they're just going to go straight into it, and we'll be doing a bit of a different take on I think what we've done before, because you guys have never really done stealth except for that one time you broke into the police station, and that was not a good example of stealth. So this will be something a little bit different. We're going definitely more of a different genre for our next Starfinder episode, so hopefully that goes well. Until then, I just want to remind everyone, never split the party.
Yeah, Pat.
Yeah, Patrick.
I didn't.
We went over this right at the beginning of this.
Oh, man. Dustin should have said, and never split the net line or equivalent.
Yeah,